potential for Daylyt to finally make his URL debut? And if you could choose, what would be the ideal matchup in your eyes? Granted, he's already battled like the world, but
I mean, to me, I think Daylyt is dope. I'm not gonna lie that I hold a certain, what's the word I'm looking for? A certain distaste for him in a sense where Daylight's a good dude and all. And I remember SummerMan 3. I fought for him to be on the card.
mm-hmm.
I fought for him really hard. Everybody was like, "Yo, it's on you. If you want to make it happen, you know, do what you gotta do." Because we were putting a card together. And I was like, "I want to do Daylyt." And people was like, I don't know." And I was like, I'll wear the hat. If something happens, I'll wear the hat.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. So I'm up with Swave, and he disrespected. You know, after what happened with the math situation, he basically, you know, and it's your fault, Mike. You fucking interviewed him. You know what I mean?
My apologies.
No, it's not your fault. But you know, he took the opportunity to shit on my brand,
mm-hmm.
and you know, it cost a lot to rebuild with club owners and stuff like that. Especially when you act like a jackass running down talking about, "Yo, I did this, I robbed him, I chased him into a cab and on Crip and all this shit." Like that was personal to me because I fought for you. I got you on the card. A lot of people I've never put this out there before. I fought for you. I put you on the fucking card. You gave me a word. And the first opportunity you got to shit on my brand and my people, you took it. So it's very difficult for me to just forget that.
Mm-hmm.
And even if I say, you know, forget, yeah, we cool now, how can I ever trust you again? And that's where the problem lies with Daylyt. Like, I don't think I can trust Daylyt at all. And talent-wise, I think Daylight's dope. I recruited him. He was on the first PG class. But the fact that he didn't have that respect for me after fighting for him to be on the card still weighs on me. And to me, it bothers him. Like, you know, he hits me all the time. It's just like, I want to sometimes tell him, like, "Yo, go kill yourself." But I like him as a person. I think he's a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
But due to the fact of what he did at that event, I still harbor them feelings. Like, it bothered me. And I feel like you really disrespected, man. Like, you didn't care if my company ended at that point, as long as you got the publicity that you felt like you were gonna get. And to me, that's just troubling, man. Especially if you considered me a friend, and you knew I fought for you. I told you, like my nigga. You know, it wasn't an overwhelming welcome. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like niggas said, "Okay." It was me that fought for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't even have the respect for me. So it would be tough. I would really have to have a sit down and talk with him. I never got an apology. Never. None of that. And, you know, I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say never. But as of right now, there's nothing in plans. But if I did, Daylyt, he always tells me about the battle Dot. I don't know why. But I don't like that battle. Daylyt,
I think if you put him with Dot off the rip,
Daylyt and Saga, like you said earlier, would be
Daylyt
fucking
Saga
fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
The ultimate sinner versus the savior type of thing.
And you know, he's a showman, man. Daylight's a showman, and he knows he'll tell you, even, you know, he's a fucking troll. He'll tell you from his heart, like, "Yo, like, I've always dreamed to be on Smack. Like, it's gonna be epic if I ever get on there." You know, if we ever come to an agreement, I would like to see him battle Saga. I think it would be dope. But again, man, I'm not gonna lie, man. It's a little personal to me, man. Like, you know, people are gonna go, get over that. No, man, because if somebody doesn't care for your livelihood or what you've built and they act in that manner, how can I just forgive that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I fought for you, bro, and you didn't have the decency to respect. You know, you took it as an opportunity to promote your ignorance, and you know, I take that. You know, to this day, like, he's been brought up, and I'm like, no. Not doing it, man. Like, I think he's a great guy, but
let's say he ever did grace the on stage with his complex rapping style. You know, when he raps seriously, it's one of those situations where he doesn't really rap for the crowd. He raps for the camera. But even when he raps for the camera, you have to play back his verses like 3-4 times.
He's phenomenal. But
Do you think that he'd have success in a URL crowd with that style?
I think he would. I think Daylyt, although I think he's complex, but this URL fans are very, very adaptable. They're very intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Like they will catch on. Like you're not gonna sit there and you're gonna be like, oh duh, like they're very intelligent. Like contrary to some article I read recently, Daylyt will be taken in well, and Daylyt will do well. I think he'll do excellent, to be honest with you.
Okay.
And I think the URL is for him, and he understands it.
Mm-hmm.
The crowd's gonna fuck with him. You know what I mean? And he's a showman. At the end of the day, you can say whatever you want, man. I like I said, he's definitely good enough. He's one of the few I can say that's good enough to be on Smack. Definitely. You know what I mean? But I think he'll definitely translate.